The mid-season update for Halo Infinite Season 5 has finally been announced. We now know the release date, as well as what's coming alongside this update, so let's go ahead and break it down. So first things first, the mid-season update will drop on December 5th. However, we are getting a trailer for it on December 4th. Now, what exactly does this update contain? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. So the first thing is Firefight King of the Hill, which is a very anticipated mode that people have been waiting for quite a long time. And yeah, it's finally here. Now, they do mention that they will share more info about this on December 4th, but something that they shared here is that this playlist will contain 9 different maps, which includes the House of Reckoning from Halo Infinite's campaign, as well as 3 community-made maps. And I'm assuming the rest are just your ordinary developer maps like live fire, etc. So not only that, but we're also getting a new sandbox edition, which is the repair field equipment. Now, if you played Halo 3, this might seem familiar, as it functions similar to the regenerator, although it does have a few new unique additions to it. The first one being that it's actually capable of repairing vehicles, and it can actually be attached to vehicles as well. Not only that, but you could really attach it to any surface, so if you wanted to throw it on the roof or the wall, I'm assuming you could do that for whatever reason. It also has another function, which is the fact that it can revive down Spartans. Now, this is only in select modes as Firefight King of the Hill, Attrition, really any elimination type mode that has the revive bubbles. You'll be able to toss it down near the bubbles and it will actually revive them. I'm definitely excited for this new equipment. It does sound a bit overpowered, but I guess we'll see what happens. It's definitely going to work nicely with Firefight though, so I'm glad that they launched it alongside Firefight. Anyways, moving along, we also got some ranked improvements. One of those things being ranked extraction got some adjustments, because a lot of people were complaining about this mode, because really this mode did need some tweaks, and thankfully we did get some. The first one being that you can no longer tell when someone is converting the device in extraction. So before, you would be able to see like that UI bubble that tells you when someone's converting it. That will no longer appear when someone's converting it. Now you actually gotta check from time to time to see when it's being converted, or rely more on comms. Not only that, but the blaring sound that the extraction device makes when it's being converted has also been lowered. You can only hear the blaring sound from the device when you're within its proximity, because before it would be, I think they call it global or something, where you would be able to hear the freaking blaring sound that it makes across the entire map, but now you got to be within proximity. So to sum it up, it's just making it easier for attackers to actually have a chance to convert the device, because it really all depended on who placed it first. You were basically guaranteed the point, but now they're kind of made some adjustments for that, so you actually have a chance. So they made some CSR improvements to the ranked system. So whenever you achieve a new division, say you're like gold and you reach platinum, you actually get a 3-game protection, I guess is what you can say. So the first 3 games that you play, if you lose any of those, it won't dock you down points. However, after that 3-game protection, then it's back to just the ordinary system. This should definitely help, because it is kind of annoying when you reach a new division and then suddenly drop back down when you lose 1 game. Because knowing the ranking system, sometimes you get really bad teammates. Yeah, so this kind of helps you out with that. It gives you a chance to actually stay in the division that you just achieved. Anyways, moving on to the next thing, we got some Forge updates, and this is more about campaign AI. So now we're actually getting all the high value targets and bosses added to Forge. So right now we only had, I think, the robot guy as the only boss, but now we're actually going to get all the high value targets that you see in campaign, as well as some other bosses like Jega and Esheram, and as well as the Harbinger brought to Forge, which is going to be insane. That's going to be great. We're going to see a lot more PvE stuff done with those bosses and whatnot. Yeah, that's going to be really good. I'm definitely looking forward to this. So not only that, but there's also going to be skulls in the node graph now for forgers if they want to like modify, or if they want to use skulls in their custom games. And the cool part is that you can actually use this in PvP as well. If you wanted to like make some PvP experience with skulls on, you can actually do that, which is going to be cool. Or you could just do it with PvE stuff. It doesn't matter, but the point is that you can actually use skulls now, which is definitely going to be fun. On to the next thing, we got some updates to the custom game browser, which I think this is pretty big, especially this one, because I was actually trying to play with my friend just, I think, like a few weeks ago. But yeah, you weren't able to bring members alongside with you when you would want to play the custom game browser. If you wanted to join a certain game, you would have to disband your fire team, which was kind of annoying. So now they actually got rid of that. You can actually take your fire team alongside you into a custom game in the custom game browser. Not only that, but they made some improvements to the custom game browser. I'm sure many have experienced where you would get stuck in loading screens and stuff like that, or you wouldn't be able to join. Apparently they made a fix to that, so we'll see how that works. Now what I think is probably one of the major things here, I do like firefight, but this is probably the biggest thing, and that is the fact that we're finally actually going to test a new network model that they've been working on. Now this is only going to work on firefight currently right now as they're testing it, but yeah, we're going to finally be able to test out the new networking model to see if it actually works and if it makes the connections better. And then if it turns out well, they're going to actually expand it over to PvP later on, and they're gonna try it out in like a combat workshop playlist, which is definitely exciting. Yeah, we're about to find out to see if desync is finally removed, or at least like minimized to the most it can be. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah, that's about everything that's coming in the mid-season update. Some pretty great changes. I'm definitely looking forward to testing out the new network model, even though it's only in PvE. With that being said, let me know what you guys think. Consider subscribing and liking the video if you want to stay up to date with Halo Infinite or other stuff. See you guys on the next one. Peace.